Mad Max is a perfect 5 out of 7 game. It has breathtaking visuals, satisfying gameplay mechanics, and an absolutely unmatched atmosphere. But unfortunately, all of that is trapped inside an open world design that is fucking exhausting.
Faster than fear, tougher than an iguana's gonads.
Whoa. I want to give a big thanks to my channel members for supporting me to make videos like this one. Released in 2015 for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, Mad Max was published by WB Games and developed by Avalanche Studios. It released right at the height of the expansive open world game design trend where almost every game that came out had that stupid open world Ubisoft design of clearing out enemy encampments, reducing threat levels, and endless fucking map markers. Okay, what am I doing next? Because there's a fuckload of shit to do and I don't remember what the story is. Okay, so I've said it and shown it a few times already, but holy shit, this game looks incredible. I chose to play this on PC and on a 65-inch OLED TV, running it at 1440p with a steady 100 frames per second. Mad Max is gonna make it really fucking hard for me to go back to playing Xbox 360 games. There were more than a few times during my playthrough where I just had to pause and soak it all in. From the raging storm clouds gathering in the distance to the smoke billowing above the aptly named gas town, Mad Max is so damn sweet on the eyes. And it has, quite possibly, the most satisfying explosions. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, put a marker on that. That's fucking hilarious. It kicks off with Max rolling into the wasteland when he's ambushed by the tyrannical Scabarus Scrotus. And side note, Scrotus is the son of Immortan Joe from the Fury Road film. Max's car gets stolen, and while he's fighting to get it back, he puts a chainsaw through Scrotus's forehead. He gets thrown from the war rig and left to rot in the middle of the wasteland, but at least he has a dog friend that definitely should have been in someone's recent video about the best dogs in video games. Eventually, Max meets a prophetic hunchback affectionately named Chumbucket. Chumbucket believes Max is the savior who will help him build the legendary vehicle, the Magnum Opus, as foretold by the prophecy. Max and Chumbucket head into the wasteland, visit with the Stronghold leaders, try to steal the secret Krabby Patty recipe, and take down Scrotus's remaining forces in order to outfit the Magnum Opus with a V8 engine for Max's journey to cross the Plains of Silence. The bulk of the game is driving around the wasteland, smashing into other vehicles and creating sick, nasty explosions. Chumbucket rides around in the back of the car and brings a harpoon with him. With the harpoon, you can grab parts off of enemy vehicles, you can pull down doors to enemy encampments, and you can destroy enemy sniper lookout towers. Yoinked. Ah, so fucking fun. Oh, and you can just grab enemies with it.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Later on, Chum builds a rocket launcher which he calls the Thunderpoon, and I would make a joke about that name, but come on guys, grow up. The Thunderpoon quickly became my main way of taking out enemy vehicles. Somehow Chum was able to turn them into homing rockets. Chum also builds a sniper rifle, but I didn't use that one very much. It's good for when you want to pick off enemy snipers and cause some explosions from afar, but I just didn't want to sit still. I wanted to go Hulk mode, smashing into things, blowing people up. I didn't want to sit around shooting holes into vulnerable people like my mother-in-law does. The main loop, if not using the Thunderpoon, is to just ram the enemy vehicles. And you can hit the X button to sideswipe them too. There's also an upgrade that lets you harpoon onto them, and then you can hit the boost to ram them from behind. Oh yeah, there's a boost in this game because, of course there is. Whoa. Your basic goal is to expose fuel tanks on the back of the enemy vehicle, then you can swap to Max's sawed-off shotgun and press the B button to send them to Valhalla. There's some other smaller ways to do damage, like getting barbed rims and grinding against the enemy, or my favorite, the sideburners.
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
Overall, the driving and the vehicle combat is really satisfying, but unfortunately, there's no stakes. If the Magnum Opus ever gets close enough to being destroyed, you're given a countdown timer in order to get out of the car. Enemies in the cars can't even run you over for some reason. You can just jog in circles while Chum Bucket automatically repairs the car for you. On-foot combat is just like every other Warner Brothers game from the time. It's Arkham-style combat. You know it, you love it, it's simple, it's fun. At the end of the combos, Max pulls off these visceral takedowns. Throughout the world, you'll find these consumable shivs that Max can pull out to immediately kill an enemy. And as you beat up on the enemies, you'll enter Fury mode, letting Max go full ham and beat the ever-living shit out of anyone that crosses his path. You can also use the sawed-off shotgun during the combats to perform a gut shot, killing the enemy and scaring off the others. But once you've experienced the combat in the first hour, maybe 2 of the gameplay, there's not a whole lot that changes over time. And even that, there's no real combos to speak of. You're just mashing the X button, occasionally holding it down for a heavy attack when you need to stun an enemy. As you level up, you can unlock upgrades, but they're mostly just variations on running attacks, some wall-assisted attacks, and takedowns. Nothing to really write home about. Alright, so let's talk about the open world. The main loop here is to open your map, spot a map marker, set a waypoint, follow the mini-map, do the little task for 5 seconds, open your map, rinse, and repeat. The map is broken up into 5 regions, each with their own stronghold. The leader of each stronghold asks Max to clear out some of Scrotus's influence in the area. Then you set off toward these vantage balloons to reveal the map markers. I mean, come on, you already know exactly where I'm going with this. It's basically the same Ubisoft Tower bullshit, except it adds the stupid extra step of needing to look through your binoculars and then hover over everything to actually reveal them. And I really never understood this system. Just show me the map markers or design the game to be interesting enough for me to want to go explore what I'm seeing from the vantage balloons. But goddamn, these vantage balloons really showcase how great the game looks. Once you've spotted everything on your minimap, you can then go out into the world to take down these metal scarecrows, either by ramming through them or by attaching your grappling hook and pulling them down, or using the Thunderpoon. There's also snipers posted on towers where you do the same thing. There's also different camps to clear out. Usually you'll have to ram or use the grappling hook to bring down the gate, but if you alert the camp, they'll put up their defenses. Once you're in, you'll take down all the enemies. Oh, and make sure you take out their war criers that buff the foot soldiers. Oh shit. What the fuck was that? The torture, the carnage. Oh my god. The best camps are the ones that are for destroying fuel transfer tanks. You have to grab and ignite gas cans and toss them to blow up the tanks, and the explosions make me hard as a rock. There are also these intel informants throughout the wasteland that are supposed to give you helpful information about the nearby camp, but someone really dropped the fucking ball here.
The iron vice of Gastown's loosening its grip here. Some think a stranger, crazy-eyed and kill-frenzied, did this gruesome work all by himself. Yep, that's just what I heard.
Yeah, did you notice what that guy said? None of that matters. Instead, just read the text that pops up after to tell you about the hidden passage that all of the camps have near the main gate. Sometimes you'll even learn about the leader of the camp and what they're weak against.
So one who want to get at him better deal with his boys and dish out some of that boom boom.
So of course, I thought this was something to remember, kind of like the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor, but nope, I never once had an opportunity come up in my playthrough to exploit or use the information from these informants, so eventually I just started skipping these time-wasting informants. There are also these minefields around that need sweeping. To do this, you have to go to one of the strongholds, switch to Chum Bucket's buggy because, from what I could tell, it's the only car that the dog rides in, and as you approach the minefield, he'll bark in the direction to drive. Once you get close enough to the mine, the UI reveals where the mine is at and you can approach and disarm it. And the last activity for the threat levels are these convoys, and these are 100% the best part. You show up, you run them down, and you blow them all to smithereens. As you complete your checklist, the threat level reduces. How can you tell? Because this pop-up tells you, and there's a meter for it in the menu. Oh, also, apparently your allies move into the area and into the camps, but this changes absolutely nothing. Other than maybe fewer enemies and a few lines of dialogue, your actions just don't change the world around you at all. There are people in the strongholds and in the cleared camps, but you can't talk to them. They don't interact with you. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and compare this to Skyrim, where I still don't know this dude's name, but 15 years later, this line still plays in my head.
We are but maggots, writhing in the filth of our own corruption.
Yeah, Mad Max doesn't have any of that. The map runs your life. There are very few actual landmarks in the world, so I spent most of my time watching the mini-map while driving. There's not really anything to do along the way to keep your eyes peeled for anyway. Maybe a jump here, some hidden scrap there. I mean, really, there's hidden scrap everywhere, and it's all over your map. And I guess it's time to talk about the upgrades for your vehicle. It's the main hook and purpose in the game to build the magnum opus. As you explore the world, you'll find the scrap that I mentioned earlier. It's the same currency for the vehicle upgrades. To unlock an upgrade, you just gotta go into the menu, click on the upgrade that you want, and watch this very exciting install animation.
What the hell is even that?
Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. Everything happens in these menus. All they had to do was restrict upgrades to strongholds or to Chumbucket's mechanic shops or something and do like a little animation, but no. Instead, you just go into the menu, click button, successfully installed. And annoyingly, they lock some of the upgrades behind your progress in the world in the most video game way possible. You have to reduce the threat level in the area to unlock it. Like, why couldn't they at least just put in like a side quest where you go and you find the piece and then that's what lets you unlock it? But no, instead it's just reduced the threat level. And my last note on the world design is about the Big Nothing. On the edges of the map, you can drive off into the Big Nothing wasteland. The game warns you that the Big Nothing is a dangerous place and you'll die if you go that way. So, of course I chose to race off to see what epic hellscape awaits me. That's kind of lame. But at least there are these insane lightning storms that occasionally come crashing down around you. And seriously, these were the best part. Holy shit-a-moly. But for some reason, and I think my game bugged or something, but when the storms would roll in, I'd just be stuck in this slightly more windy and foggy visuals until I rebooted the game. Now, I'm just gonna bullet point through the story. Max and Chumbucket team up, they build the magnum opus piece by piece. They link up with Jeet at his stronghold in this nuclear power plant, do some missions, work through his territory, reduce the threat level. You head north into more territories, meeting up with Gutgash, another stronghold, another set of fetch quests. Then eventually another stronghold run by Pink Eye. And here is where you get story gated and you have to clear threat levels in Pink Eye's territory before you can buy the upgrade that you need in the menu in order to proceed. Then you can drive up to Gastown, one of the best visual moments in the game. In Gastown, there's a death race and a fight against Stank Gum in order to get the V8 engine as your reward. But it turns out Scrotus is still alive, and he knocks Max out, sending him away. And then, I don't remember, something happened. Honestly, I was just pretty checked out at this point. Earlier in the story, Max meets this woman and her daughter, and when he first meets them, there's this moment where the camera zooms in to show that they snuck a knife into their jail cell, but this never comes up again, so thanks for wasting my fucking time. They appear again later in a completely different location with zero connective tissue or explanation of how they got there. Max falls in love with Hope or something, and they plan to all drive off into the Plains of Silence together. But Scrotus figures out where they are and kills them both, which is supposed to be the emotional low point. I mean, shit, he just killed a child. But we've spent approximately no time with either of them.
Kill them. I want you to paint my name in their blood across the lands.
Burn through your veins. Where is he?
Chumbucket decides he's just gonna steal the magnum opus because he doesn't want Max to use it as a weapon and destroy it. And also, I guess I gotta talk about it now, but there's a fast travel feature in the game for some reason, which is probably one of the worst design choices that they could have made for this game. I mean, at any point, you can just open up your map, click to a fast travel point, and one short loading screen, you're there with the magnum opus. And I know, of course, some midwit is gonna show up in the comments to hit me with the, actually, you can just choose not to use it, but get out of here. It's a freaking information trap, and just the knowledge that I can fast travel means I'm gonna be pulled toward using it, and I now have the knowledge that I'm playing the game less efficiently. Chumbucket steals the car and disappears with no trace. You should have to scramble. You should have to improvise. Instead, I just opened the map, clicked fast travel, arrived in seconds, and got right into the cutscene of getting the car back. Then you go to track down Scrotus, ramming the magnum opus directly into his war rig, sacrificing it and Chumbucket in the process.
No! Sid! Sid! Please! Please spare her! Please, Sid!
And what you started. And
No! Please, please!
Then Scrotus drives out with his own car that's equipped with a V8 engine because, of course it is, and it takes exactly 2 spear-chucking Thunderpoon throws to finish him off. The cutscene plays with a scuffle ensuing, and Max rips the chainsaw out of Scrotus's head. Then Max gets into the car and drives toward the Plains of Silence, alone. And as he's driving, the game just sorta ends. Alright, so final verdict. I had to rewrite the script because the first draft came out like way more negative than this, and even this feels negative, but because mechanically there's problems with this game, especially the open world design. But every single time I sat down to play it and capture footage, I'd throw on my headphones and I'd lose track of time driving around, smashing cars, and blowing shit up. Even after I finished the game, I went back to it to play to capture more footage, and I think I sunk another like 5 or 6 hours out of the game because I was just enjoying it so much. None of it ever really feels incredible. It's stupidly easy. There are no stakes. There's not really any characters or story to latch onto, but damn, it feels good to drive around and blow shit up. I already look back fondly on my time with Mad Max. I can see why people love this beautiful wasteland adventure.
Valve was a life inside the other gives birth. Start ablaze by godly plug ignite. Revolution about revolution, rejoice!